Hi, my name's Sandy. I'm with the Dwight Foster Public Library. Welcome to my kitchen. Wednesday is now my absolute favorite day of the week. Wednesday's the day I get to pick up my CSA share. A CSA share stands for Community Supported Agriculture, and I get my share from High Meadow Farm. They're out of Johnson Creek. And I just picked this up from my neighbor, and I wanted to share with you some of this gorgeous produce and some ideas of what you can do with it. Here we have some beautiful purple basil and some lovely zucchini, a little yellow squash. We have kale, broccoli, more squash, garlic scapes, beautiful head of cabbage. Okay, it's coming. Cabbage, tomatoes, patty pan squash, beans, and more tomatoes. And it's just so fragrant and beautiful, and it's so exciting to plan my menus around these dishes. And High Meadow Farm also provides a lovely newsletter with information about what's in my share for that week, as well as some recipes on what I can do with those foods. But I always want to know more. So I turn to my absolute favorite place in the world, and I go to my public library, and I found some wonderful books on the shelves, and I wanted to share some of those with you. This particular book, The Farmer's Market Cookbook, is written by Julia Shanks and Brett Groskall, and these are both experienced chefs and culinary experts and teachers. And Brett now has his own farm, and Julie is a consultant for farmers and food producers, just how to streamline. And they have a lovely selection of recipes in here, from simple to complex. And Brett has been known to say life is too short for boring foods, and that nothing is boring in here, and I'm sure you'll find something. I have some garlic scapes in here, and I thought I might make this basil pesto with that. I also tried the roasted kohlrabi recipe. I didn't know how to prepare my kohlrabi. I did learn through my newsletter that you can cut it up raw right in your salad, which was delicious, but I wanted some more recipe ideas, and this was a lovely book to turn to. Another book that I've enjoyed reading is the Waste Not, Want Not cookbook. This one's by Cindy Shavich. And Cindy was motivated to write this book after hearing a speaker. Her name was Dana Gunders, and she spoke about the impact of food waste on our environment. Waste takes place every step of the way of the food chain, from things spoiling in your refrigerator to things being dumped when they are beyond the best use by date, and then fields of produce that aren't even harvested due to some cosmetic reason. And this particular cookbook is very intentional cooking. It helps you use each part of that produce, and she has it well organized, A to Z. You can look up your particular item, find out when it's best to use it, when it's ripe, how to store it so it keeps its freshness, how to preserve it so you could use it in the winter and enjoy those wonderful flavors of summer in the cold days of winter. And she also has a number of recipes. I found this very helpful, and I learned a lot about things I've always been eating. For example, the carrots in here, she spoke about do not store those with apples and potatoes because they give up a gas that impacts the flavor of a carrot and can cause it to be bitter. She had ideas of what to do with those lovely carrot top greens when you separate those from the root itself so the carrot stays fresh, but then she had ideas what to do with the greens. So I found this a really lovely cookbook. I highly recommend it. Another one I would recommend to you is Farmer John's Cookbook. I love the title. It's the real dirt on vegetables. He has a great sense of humor and a wonderful writer, and he includes not only wonderful information about the vegetables, but stories that he's heard on his organic farm. He is outside of Chicago and has a CSA and provides, I believe, 1,200 families their vegetables once a week, which is an astounding amount of vegetables. And the book is lovely, full of information also about how to preserve, how to cook, great recipes. There's also illustrations to differentiate the greens, a list of seasonings that are good with different vegetables and what are good pairings, and just full of wonderful ideas. So you might enjoy taking a look at that one. And then this is another wonderful book. It's titled Mostly Plants. This is by Michael Pollan's family. His mom, Corky, and his sisters Tracy, Dina, and Lori. And then Michael has written the foreword in this book. You'll remember Michael Pollan as the author from The Omnivore's Dilemma and In the Defense of Food. And there's a famous quote from Michael, and it is, "Eat food, not too much, mostly plants." And that's what we're trying to do. And these cookbooks have been incredibly helpful. There's a photo at each page, which is just gorgeous. And each of the recipes has modifications you can make for vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, and dairy-free. And you'll enjoy this very much. And I like the idea of being flexible. So flexitarian actually means eating meat once or twice a week. We're not quite ready to give it up, but I am trying my best to include more vegetables in our meals here at our home. And if you're doing that as well, I'm sure we'll find a wonderful cookbook for you to take home and enjoy. Thank you very much.